house.
Who?
Working.
Coming Monday?
Yep. It's Jalen and Nine.
What is Orkin coming for?
To spray.
Spray for what? No goddamn brothers in the winter time?
I get a month. I got a month. We on a month's subscription, baby.
Where's the goddamn money?
You about to see shit though, and I was letting them come because Jalen and I coming off, and you know Chris got bed, but.
Ma, do you buy the whites?
What up?
So I was gonna get the house sprayed when they left, so we ain't gotta worry about it. I'm talking, PJ. Hold on. Daddy gonna put the lights up. Okay. PJ. Go look at the ornament and hang it up on a tree. Okay. What? Funny?
Nothing.
I can tell Santa Claus don't bring no gifts over here for you. Okay that?
No.
Tell me that her boy at home.
No.
Okay, go put that ornament up.
Wait.
One blue bows.
It's keep doing that.
No, you tired of y'all shit.
I did, Mama.
And you need to clean up these toys right now. You still playing with them or what? Your haircut look good, BJ. Make you keep all your cars in there. Yeah, playing with the toy.
I'm just gonna I'm put the thing. Mama, this gets into the hollow sticky.
Okay. Friend, them ornaments right there got hooks on them.
I doubt it. That's why they say that.
PJ, y'all give me 2 hooks. Hey, boo.
How
need to have a white tree. PPV.
Yeah.
Come.
Here. Yeah.
No, I was just trying to get him to put these ornaments up. I'm not even playing by these different trees. Get out your other this stuff from the floor. Because him and Jeremiah got shit up under it. I did this shit for his ass. Get him a Christmas spirit experience. Which he loves. Put the pride on our little Christmas tree. Put it on the front, baby. Everybody gonna see shit. Don't put the other ornament up. Every time it fall, I expect you to pick it up. Alright, your daddy got him. Get it for your daddy. Your daddy can put it on now. Hey, get a little ornament up. Hey, ornament up. Santa Claus gonna give the most presents to the people who got the pretty tree. Your tree pretty?
Yeah.
What color is your tree?
White.
So annoying.
And
Gray.
white. Get stuff up there. The tree is white and your ornaments are blue and silver. Look at it. Blue and silver. Blue and silver. Color tree.
White and blue silver.
Okay.
So what's color? How are you?
Okay, hold on. Hello? I'm well, how are you? Y'all got confirmation I was pre-qualified. Okay, I'm gonna also send you the pre-qualification thing I got. Yeah, well, I definitely did. Hold on. Okay. Hey, bring my book bag over here when you come over here. Hold on, Tammy. I'm about to send this to you.
I can't do it.
Oh.
Mommy, it's Christmas Day.
I do. I'm not trying to put down no $30,000 on. I ain't with that weird stuff.
Game's against me already.
I ain't with that.
They got different programs. I tell you what.
That means the game's against me already. Unnecessary fumbles on Packers, all kinds of stuff like that.
About some different programs.
But I do want to buy a house straight out though. I do.
I got heat chore.
I tell you what. I'm gonna
Heat.
I'm gonna get with the mom. So do you want me to? Okay.
You blew me out last time too.
Again.
I sent you my stream already, man.
What?
You got the stream, man?
Okay.
Mary, you got
Yeah,
the
I with
stream?
that.
Alright, here we go.
Okay. And then send me her information. All right. Sounds good. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Can I tell you what Tammy said?
What's that?
She said, why don't you just buy a house straight right out? Don't go too deep. And I was like, I ain't putting down no $10,000, $20,000 for no fucking house now.
Yep.
I'm doing that stupid ass shit. But I think I put
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Goff's throw taken in by Chark. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
So one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, it's gone. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
On second down, Swift. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. Coming across the formation and making the catch is Chark. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Goff a handoff here to Swift. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
That's good, hard running right there on first and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Swift is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Devin Funchess from 4 yards out. And the Lions have struck first in this NFC title game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jadon Mickens now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot, versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago.
And it's a Packers touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7. Mason Crosby, the kickoff for Green
So
Bay.
all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Goff. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. They're trying to find Shark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Watkins here. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. Down to about the 22 here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a pickup of 6.
It's a gain of 6. And a Packer first down.
Two minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw is Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, and what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
The kick by Crosby is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the end zone, this is Mickens. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, Charles,
looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
he has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. From the end zone, this is Mickens. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner, and he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara, and he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to find Lazard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around. Dillon fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
3rd and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. He's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the 50, it's Goff.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, it's
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Kenny Clark breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
He came very close to absolutely destroying their defensive strategy, didn't he? Broke some tackles and came very close to picking up a first down. They've got to wrap up better.
Indeed, but they were able to get him down before that marker. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one likely on the short list for Game of the Year candidates. And boy, did it come in a good one here in the playoffs. All tied in the 4th with a berth to the Super Bowl on the line. Buckle up, everybody. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll go again to Jones. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
You got 58.
Running right, Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? And this
touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Important extra point up and through. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. From the end zone, this is Mickens. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So first and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Now Crosby for the point after. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Makes the score Packers 32, Lions 25. Mason Crosby, the kickoff for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
At their own 38-yard line.
One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. The Green Bay Packers, they are again NFC champions as we sign off and say goodnight.
against me. I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 crippin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live with. Showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottom. Take 2 and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.